Hey, my name is Bill Richter. Uh, I am decided that I wouldn't want to do this kind of as like a little YouTube series or just a video series in general uh, about talking about various repertoire written for the horn. So I think when I end up calling this is Let's Talk Horn Rep, specifically leaning towards solo literature. But yeah, just something about me. I am a second year doctoral student at West Virginia University in Morgantown, West Virginia, studying horn performance. I am also a composer. I study composition as well here. I might be adding a master's degree in composition in addition to my doctorate in horn performance. But I am a huge advocate of new music, especially music written for the horn. As a composer, that is something that I want to focus on is expanding the repertoire written for the horn, like horn solo, horn ensemble, horn trio with violin and piano, anything like that, I think would be a blast. But so my plan for this is to have just kind of a loose discussion, nothing particularly planned out, except for what works I want to talk about. We'll listen to a bit of each one, look at some of the sheet music, discuss what's cool about them. My goal for this is to help younger horn players, whether they be collegiate age or whatever, that are looking for something new to play. I do have a couple cats, so they will be occasionally jumping in. I have to leave the office door open or else they freak out. That one's funny. But as I was saying, to help collegiate horn players find something new for their recitals or things that they might be interested in, or professionals, including like professors, professional players, whatever, if they're performing a solo recital and they want to find something new that isn't just your Mozarts, your Strauss, your Hindemiths, things like that. But yeah, so yeah, I'm recording this on Zoom because it's the easiest way to go about it. I'm going to just here, see if I do that. All right. The first piece that I'm going to be talking about is Suite for the Duo by Billy Strayhorn. Billy Strayhorn is an American jazz composer, pianist, lyricist, and arranger who collaborated a lot with Duke Ellington. So his compositions, like Billy Strayhorn's, were things that we would recognize, such as Take the A Train, Chelsea Bridge, A Flower is a Loveless Thing, and Lush Life. So some of the big jazz standards were written by Billy Strayhorn. And he took time to write a work for horn and piano, which is really cool. Uh, from a pedagogical standpoint, this piece has so much merit to it where it's obviously jazz. Like there's a lot open for interpretation, keys, all that fun stuff. But then something that's really pretty cool is is it this one here? There's moments for improv. Yeah, right here. So it allows the horn player to improv, which is something we don't get to do a whole lot of. Something to worry about with this is when you have a piano player, it's important for them to know how to comp as well. Just having all that there. Yeah, it's a tricky work. Um, it is written up fairly high. So how we have here going up to, sorry, so I get closer to the computer. What, that's a high D sharp and then a high E. The recording of it for this work, they do not play it up there. So I don't think it is necessarily common practice for you to have to do that. I spoke with another doctoral horn student. She's at Temple right now, and when she performed this, she did not play it at that point either. But it's a really neat work. Goes pretty high there, but it's really neat. Let's listen to a little of the beginning of that there. fast forward a little bit so we can get some more of the stuff in here. Somewhere into 24. Gonna keep fast forwarding a bit so we can get through as much as possible. Yeah, so there is a lot that is going on in this piece that is not written in the part. It typically, when it's performed, is very open to interpretation by both the piano and the horn. The both parts are all on one score. If you purchase this piece, it is not an individual part for the horn. So, I mean, you get to see what's going on. They can see obviously what you're doing. So yeah, just a really cool piece. Then we go on to the next one. That one's monkey. All right. The next piece that I wanted to talk a little about is Morrison's Jig by Patrick Hughes. Patrick Hughes is the horn professor at the University of Texas at Austin. She was really jealous when I'm talking to the computer. Yes. Where was I? Yeah, but so he came up with this Morrison's Jig, which is kind of a traditional jig. It's very repetitive, as are most Irish dances in general, but you could see the general theme here with that jump at the fifth, the eighth note's kind of cascading. Happens again with slight variation. But yeah, it's not an incredibly difficult work. It does have some rangy things to it. Like A's. I'm just gonna hold her like this so she stops yelling. But goes up to the A, has some technical aspects to it. Some more technical stuff. So I mean, are some things to it, but then here's the really crazy thing. It ends on a high B, being sustained there for quite some time. But yeah, it's a really neat piece. Let's check out a little bit of Patrick Hughes, Morrison's Jig. Just going to fast forward a bit so we can get some at the end. Let's try that. Yeah, so that's a really neat work. That was Patrick Hughes playing on that. That B at the end at mezzo piano, and where you're just kind of having to like jump up to it without it being abrupt, is a really interesting moment. And pretty tricky at the end of all of that. But yeah, so that is Morrison's Jig by Patrick Hughes. The next work I'd like to talk about is Deanimator by Marcus Fjellström. I believe he is Swedish, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not going to check that exactly at this moment. But yeah, this is a work for horn and electronics. So yeah, it's just to amplify it as well. Just a neat take here. There's just a bunch of this here. So actually, let me bring this up here so that you guys can see this. Sorry, I was going through my music. So when playing this, you have a laptop in front of you that shows you the screen that kind of acts as a metronome. So it's showing the tempo. Yeah, so it's kind of a cool way to actually perform that work. But come on, monkey. Just being annoying. But all right, so let's check out some of Deanimator. Yeah, if you want to check that out, there it is on YouTube with the part, so it's a pretty cool thing. But some challenging things about this are the meters. 3/8, just the jumps back and forth. I'm pretty sure you had the other some 7/4. I thought I saw something 16, but I could totally just be losing it. I don't remember, but that's all right. Yeah, so it's got a lot of effects such as trills, flutter tongues, like just some really neat moments. Mute. You can alter with the tone or the tone you're getting through the amplification, which is neat, as did this recording. But yeah, there's a lot of merit to it. It's a challenging work, but I think it's something that's pretty cool and is a really cool addition to the Warner Electronics repertoire. All right, the next one I want to talk about is by Kirk Nurock. He is an American jazz piano player and composer. He had written this work for Adam Unsworth. While it isn't for sale, I reached out to Kirk on his website, like through his contact me page, and he just sent it to me. So I imagine if people are interested in performing this, he can more than happily set you up well. Yeah, I enjoy jazz stuff, so I mean, we got two on this between the Strayhorn and Kirk's piece. But let's check out a little of this piece here. So it's divided into two movements. It's called Fables, Fable 1 and Fable 2. Nothing super crazy hard. He is typically pretty vague about some of his articulations and things like that, like through these longer passages. So it kind of, it leaves your interpretation, or leaves it up to your interpretation. I hear a cat meowing because she's by herself. All right, but then the second fable has muted, just kind of nothing too particularly technical. Some trills, things like that. But let's listen to a little bit of the beginning of Kirk Nurock's Fables. Give me 1 second. Monkey, come on, dude. I have presents that I'm wrapping that she just jumped into. But I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Try to go a little further ahead to get some of that technical passage. Come on, dude. She's literally in a gift bag. I believe it's at the beginning of this race. Yeah, so that's the first of the 2 fables. It's really neat. I want to perform this piece. So the second one, just fast forward a touch. As we find it empty in his water. Do a little fast forwarding again to get some of our ending stuff. Let's try around here. Yeah, awesome. So that's a really cool work. I believe it was written for Adam Unsworth, who's the professor of horn at University of Michigan, former fourth horn of Philly, and kind of a prolific jazz horn player. His interpretation on his album Snapshots is really cool. All right, the final piece I want to talk about today is Golden Hour by Cait Nishimura. She is a Canadian composer. Typically writes a bit for band, but this piece came out of a consortium led, as it says here, by Dr. Matthew Anderson. People liked it so much now it is available for trumpet and tuba, but the original is for horn. But yeah, just a nice short piece. I'll be performing this ideally this spring here as my closer, so I thought it'd be fun for the first episode of this that I'm doing to have this as my closing discussion. Come on, dude, she's still in the gifts. All right, but yeah, so the piece itself isn't too complicated. It's the beginning is always a little bit interesting to me because you're coming in just with the piano together at a very soft dynamic where you're just more kind of a timbral thing. But yeah, has some mixed meter stuff with the 7/8. Doesn't go particularly high. There's an A flat and an A, but that should be it. Yeah, there's the A. The A flat's a little a little closer to the beginning, but then it fades out to a softer thing here. Some of the notation's a little odd, but it all makes sense. It's a very approachable piece. It's a really interesting piece. But yeah, let's listen to a little of Cait Nishimura's Golden Hour. gonna fast forward a bit, maybe. Yeah, it's a neat work. It's really beautiful. There are obviously some tricky moments in here, like this F, B flat, B flat moment that we have here in 65, 67, 69, and 71. But yeah, it's overall a really interesting piece that I hope gains a lot of traction in the horn world. But yeah, so I think that's all that I plan to discuss about this horn solo stuff for today for this. Uh, if you have any ideas of works that you would like for me to discuss, feel free to reach out to me either in comments or you can message me directly, whatever. I'd love to hear what people are interested in. But yeah, so that was the first episode of Let's Talk Horn Rep. Awesome. Thanks, guys.